Hi everyone, it's Wendy here from Wendy Wise Beauty. Thanks for stopping by and for visiting me on my channel. Today I will be reviewing this new fragrance from Paris Corner. It is called KHAIR Pistachio. I hope I am saying this correctly. I think it is KHAIR, K-H-A-I-R. This fragrance is supposedly inspired by Kayali Yum Pistachio or Yum Pistachio Gelato 33. I have both of these fragrances. I have been wearing and testing both of them side by side. So I will give you a review of the KHAIR Pistachio and then I will let you know if these two fragrances are very close or dupes and my thoughts, one versus the other. This is the packaging of the Paris Corner KHAIR Pistachio. I have been hearing a lot about this fragrance house. Some of the fragrances have been recommended to me, so I finally decided to try some of their fragrances. I mean, the box is very pretty, but it is a standard fragrance box. It's not anything extra elaborate. This is what the fragrance looks like. It is a very beautiful bottle. I mean, it is glass, however, the cover, the top part, it is plastic. I have seen some reviews where people, when they got this in the mail, the fragrance was leaking. I also got mine in the mail and this did not happen until now. It is in pristine condition. This is the way this looks. There is a bit of a diamond, a faux diamond design on the bottle. This is done with silver and gold. There are no stones or zirconia on the bottle, but when you look at it, this is the effect that it gives. It does have a nice spray. It has a very fine mist. So nothing to complain about here. This line, it is considered to be a budget fragrance line, but here in Germany, this fragrance is costing about 60 euros. So this is not budget. I think you would say the pricing, it's a bit on the lower end of department store pricing. In terms of the notes, the opening notes are listed as Italian bergamot, pistachio gelato, hazelnut, sweet rum, and cardamom. Same as Yum Pistachio, there are a lot of notes listed in this fragrance, but honestly, I think a lot of these notes are fantasy notes. It is not possible. I have been trying this for over a week. A lot of the notes are not discernible, and it was the same with Kayali, or I think you say Kayali Yum Pistachio. In the opening of this fragrance, the bergamot note, it is quite present, and also the cardamom and the rum. The opening of this fragrance, it is not too sweet and it is not very cloying. In the opening, I do not sense any of this hazelnut note. It is pretty much bergamot, a lot of pistachio, and this rum accord. The rum accord does add a nice touch to this fragrance. The heart note, it is geranium, peony, muguet, jasmine, raspberry, and pear and peach. When this fragrance settles, I have been wearing this for a while. What I sense is a lot of peach, pistachio, and still quite a bit of rum. It is quite linear. And the heart note of the fragrance to the base of the fragrance, there is not much difference. Same as Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato. Neither of these fragrances have a big transition. They are very linear fragrances in that from the opening to the base, the dry down of the fragrance, it pretty much remains the same. I sprayed this fragrance maybe about half an hour ago, so I would have the dry down on my skin, when I get to reviewing this part of the fragrance. There is no real woody accord to this fragrance. The fragrance as notes, it does list sandalwood and cedar, also tonka bean, which I do not sense in this fragrance, and cream and sugar notes. This is a very gourmand fragrance, and throughout the life of the fragrance, pistachio and rum is present, and also quite a lot of peach. When I sprayed these two fragrances on the swab to compare them, and every time I did this, I don't know if you can see this, I actually wrote the name of the fragrances on the swab because the two fragrances are so similar. When sprayed on a swab, it is very difficult to tell them apart, if at all. My take on these two fragrances from wearing both of them. Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato. This is almost identical to this Paris Corner KHAIR Pistachio. It is very hard to tell these two fragrances apart. Guys, I did decide to pick up the Paris Corner Pistachio because the Kayali Yum Pistachio, this is not one of my favorite fragrances. When I reviewed this, and I have a full review on my channel, I found this to be a bit headache inducing. It was a bit cloying and very loud. I got this last year when it first came out. As you can see, I have not worn much of this because it is very strong, and in the strong summer heat, this can be very cloying. I picked up the one from Paris Corner because I was hoping that this one is a bit different. From wearing this fragrance over 2 weeks, the difference in these two fragrances, it is a very slight difference in that I find the Paris Corner fragrance to be a bit easier to wear. The opening, it is a bit lighter, it is not as sweet. With Yum Pistachio, I always got this feeling that I had a pistachio cloud just looming over my head. It was very busy, and Yum Pistachio, the fragrance did not open very much. It remained extremely strong for a very long time. Yum Pistachio, it is not a fragrance I would wear in closed spaces or to the office. This one, being that it is a bit lighter, I think I will get more wear from this fragrance. In terms of longevity, I mean, the Paris Corner fragrance, I get about a good 5-6 hours of wear from this one, which is quite good. The Kayali fragrance, on the other hand, it is a lot more potent, and not necessarily in a good way, because a lot of times when I wore this, I can smell this the next day. And being that this is a fragrance that I found to be a bit cloying, this was not a very good thing. Other than the fact that this one is a bit lighter and I find it a bit easier to wear, there is no big difference in these two fragrances. If you were to wear the Kayali Pistachio Gelato and the Paris Corner Pistachio, I don't think anyone would be able to tell the difference. Like I said, when I spray this on the swab, I had to write the name so I don't confuse the two, because on the swab they are just as potent. This is a fragrance, I will wear it. It's an okay fragrance, but it is not by all means my favorite pistachio fragrance. I would just like to mention the fragrance with a pistachio note that I am loving very much. It is this fragrance from HERMES. This came out, I believe it was in the spring last year, spring, summer. It is called JARDIN CYTHÈRE. It is a pistachio fragrance. It has olive wood. And as opposed to these two fragrances, which are, like you can say, a pistachio dessert or a pistachio with a lot of cream fragrance, this one has a lighter pistachio note, and it is more of a toasted pistachio with a bit of an olive wood accord. This is a beautiful fragrance. It is very wearable. It is very classy, and it does not smell like a dessert. When you are wearing it, you will get whiffs of toasted pistachio, woody notes, and a bit of citrus notes. If you are in the market for a pistachio fragrance which is a bit more wearable and it is not a pistachio solifor foodie gourmand pistachio fragrance, this one I can highly recommend. I will leave links and the name of this fragrance again in the description box, and I have also reviewed this and I will link it also to this video. JARDIN CYTHÈRE. This is a beautiful fragrance. I did not see a lot of hubbub about this one. It came out a bit late last year, but this is beautiful and I can really recommend this one. I mean, as you can see, I made quite a dent in this bottle last year. Due to the fact that I have been hearing so much about Paris Corner and some of the fragrances were recommended to me, I did do a haul and I do have quite a few reviews coming up. I did get a Tuscan Caramel Cascade, which a lot of people are saying it's very similar to Bianco Latte. I do have Bianco Latte, so I will be reviewing this and I will let you guys know if the two fragrances are similar. I also have the Eternal Coffee, I have the Eternal Musk, and also Tuscan Marina. So these reviews are coming up. Stay tuned. I do hope to get these videos up soon. I am wearing and testing some of these fragrances, and when I am finished, I will be posting those videos. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hope to see you again soon on my channel. Tschüss!